Right? That's why, see y'all, man. They want your reward. They want your place. But some man is a friend for his own occasion and will not abide in the day of thy trouble. And there is a friend who, being turned to enmity and strife, will discover thy reproach, man. That's why you can't tell everybody your business. They'll use it against you. You got to be on the hush, man. You got to keep silent. Again, some friend is a companion at the table and will not continue in the day of thy affliction. Okay? But in thy prosperity he will be as thyself and will be bold over thy servants. You see this, man? He'll rebel against you and try to act like he's the one over your people. That's why you got a lot of disorder in camps, man. You know, you got these guys trying to be the leader. You know what I'm talking about? That's how it is, man. Now let's go back to Isaiah, man. Isaiah 39. Verse 2, and Hezekiah was glad of them and showed them the house of his precious things. You see this, man? Showed them the house, man. Thought that they was friends. He was quick to credit them, allowed them into his house, and showed them all the precious things. The silver and the gold and the spices and the precious ointment and all the house of his armor. And all that was found in his treasures. There was nothing in his house, nor in all his dominion, that Hezekiah showed them not. Man, he showed them the whole land, man. You know what I'm talking about? You see, how you so gullible and bashful to think that these people are for your turn, or to allow you to be in power, or want you to stay in power. This was all an occasion to put themselves in your place, man. That's what it was, man. They were spies. Basically, that's all they were spies. They were spies sent into the land of Israel. See how they entered in peaceably, man? With a damn gift. Oh, that's all it took. When you got a king like that, man, forget it, man. Your king will overthrow the land. Right? Matter of fact, let me get that. The king will overthrow the land, man. That's Proverbs 29. Proverbs 29. Proverbs 29, verse 4. The king by judgment established the land, but he that receiveth gifts overthroweth. You see this? He that receiveth gifts overthroweth it, man. This is what Hezekiah did, man. He received the gift and his whole land, his whole dominion ended up getting overthrown, man. Hey, man. See how the word of the Most High don't lie, man. That's why I say Hebrews 4:12, it's a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. Because the word of God discerns the heart, and it exposes the heart of its wickedness and righteousness. I can't say righteousness, but it discerns the heart posture, right? And it exposes it, man. This is why we read these accounts. Right? This is why we read these things, so we get understanding on how deceptive the heart is. So we know to avoid these things, to walk in righteousness. You understand? To walk in righteous judgment, not perverting judgment for reward, man. That's why if you got these cats talking about they selling you some membership to learn the word of the Most High, you better run from them, man. Run. All right, trying to make merchandise of you, man. Right? Let me get that, man. Trying to make merchandise. What is that? 2 Peter? Second Peter, man. Loud Negro, man. Let me see. But they make merchandise of you, man. Okay. Let me see, man. Yeah, it's 2 Peter chapter 2. Start at verse 1. But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privily shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying Adonai that brought them, and bring upon themselves swift destruction. And many shall follow their pernicious ways, by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of. You see this stuff? Why? Because the whole problem is, like I've been talking about this whole time, they judge for reward. And it's evident when they charge you to learn the scriptures. All right, verse 3. And through covetousness shall they with feigned words make merchandise of you. Huh? See this? With feigned words make merchandise of you. Whose judgment now of a long time lingereth not, and their damnation slumbereth not. Huh? Okay? Make merchandise of you, man. That's why I say, man, you gotta watch who these people, right? Trying to charge you to learn the word of the Most High. Right? Gotta what they got, a membership. Right? Oh, but they'll tell you, oh, you ain't gotta pay. You could learn, you could learn the scriptures for yourself, which is true. Right? But if you promoting the scriptures in any way and you selling, you making a merchandise, selling t-shirts or whatever, you might be making merchandise of your own people, man. Judging for reward, man. Okay? Back to Isaiah. Isaiah 39. It says, verse 2. And Hezekiah was glad of them and showed them the house of his precious things, the silver and the gold and the spices and the precious ointment and all the house of his armor. And all that was found in his treasures, there was nothing in his house, nor in all his dominion that Hezekiah showed them not. Verse 3. Then came Isaiah the prophet unto King Hezekiah and said unto him, What said these men? And from whence came they unto thee? And Hezekiah said, They are come from a far country unto me, even from Babylon. See this? Thinking that they your friend, huh? Then said he, What have they seen in thy house? thine house? And Hezekiah answered, all that is in mine house have they seen. There is nothing among my treasures that I have not shown them. Man, this guy